Orlbai versus Jack Hermansson. Jack Hermansson coming down in weight and Orlbai going up in weight. I put out a little tweet and I basically said, like, anytime you have a fighter, and look, this is not, I'm not painting a broad brush. I'm just simply saying that if you take a look at just what has been going on at the highest level of competition, and I put out a tweet saying this, or an X, whatever you want to call it. I said, Tuesday Dillashaw goes down to 125, loses to Henry Cejudo. Anthony Pettis goes down from 55 to 45, loses. Dan Hooker, I don't know how the hell he ever made the weight. He goes from 55 to 45, loses. Guys that have come up and had success. Max Holloway, up at 55, success. You know, like Islam just goes up to 70. Great success, yeah, great success. I mean, I think that we have seen enough, and I'm just using those just real quick so I can name off a couple more if you guys would like. But the information is there. I think if we did the stats on this, guys that are going up in weight are having more success than the ones coming down. I mean, tonight, like, I loved watching Horiguchi back inside the UFC cage. I loved just seeing him back in the cage. He's been off for a while. But he was fighting my boy, man, Ulanbekov. And Ulanbekov is a great fighter, really good fighter. But you could take a look at him and go, hey, you're huge for 125. You're enormous. Maybe think about 35. Maybe. Because after round 1.5, like, it was actually pretty much after round 1. And that's when fatigue sets in. The weight cut, I think, is getting to him. He gets all the way down. You know, after round 1, he looked exhausted. He looked tired. And fighting somebody like Horiguchi or like Ian Gary Machado, you're constantly tense because they can just pop off anytime they want because they're so fast and they move so well and they strike so well off the movement. And it makes you real tense because you don't want to leave your hands down. You almost like can't relax. And then all of a sudden you get hit. Boom. And you're like, damn it. Okay, I'll relax for a second. Boom, got hit again. And it ends up being so exhausting having to try to track after them, get after them, try to avoid the shots, and then try to deliver your own. And half the time you're missing your shots was make you more tired than if you were to land them. So that's kind of where I saw with Jack Hermansson. He seemed overwhelmed by Orlbai, who just seemed so comfortable out there. He just seemed like, look, I finally got to eat. I didn't get killed all week. I feel so good at this weight class. He's just like, all right, I don't care. You came down from 85. You're skinny. You made the weight. I made the weight. We're going to see what happens. And he just came out, and you can see right from the beginning, Jack Hermansson was like letting him back him up, push him to the fence. And when you back away with your chin in the air, it's just recipe for disaster. And that's exactly what we saw, man. We saw Orlbai just like, look, just tuck my chin, keep my head down, and just throw the big shots. And one of them was going to eventually catch him. And sure enough, one of them did. And Jack Hermansson was out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they showed an aerial shot of him, and his eyes were rolled back one direction and the other. He was out. It was glossed over. One eye was looking at the camera, and the other eye was looking, the other direction, man. It was nasty. That was a nasty knockout. I don't know what they'll do with him from here. Look, what's also more difficult from a 185-pounder is going down in weight and having to deal with the speed of those guys at 70. And for a guy coming up from 55, he's used to dealing with the speed of those guys. So when he saw you laboring to throw your combinations, what I mean by laboring is like they were coming out slow, chin in the air. He saw everything. He could decipher through it all. He could see like, man, this guy's throwing slow. His chin's in the air. He's backing away. He's actually punching going backwards, which is definitely another sign of just recipe for disaster. And Orlbai just let it go. He knows you had no power going backwards. You're trying to throw going backwards, and he just let it, and it get caught, and it landed, and it was absolutely fantastic. I was like, holy cow. Holy cow.